Hello, my name is Han Chae-min and I am the moderator for today's public forum debate. The question for today's debate is, should the Korean government ban TikTok? Team A will argue yes. Speaker 1 for Team A is Kim Da-hye. Speaker 2 for Team A is Park Hyo-jun. Team B will argue no. Speaker 1 for Team B is Kim Dae-ro. Speaker 2 for Team B is Yang Tae-kyu. If everyone is ready, let's begin. The constructive speech is begin. The team is speaker 1.
Have you ever used TikTok?
No.
TikTok owned by ByteDancer, a Chinese information technology company, is one of the most popular video sharing sites in the world. But these days, many countries ban TikTok. Here's why the government should ban TikTok. First reason is about personal information privacy and national security concerns. TikTok has been accused of taking too much detail and constantly of the data of users who use the app. The issue is whether TikTok collects large amounts of sensitive user data and then provide it to China. Second, political public opinion manipulation is possible through algorithm manipulation using the hitting function. A hitting is to spread video views to users until they reach constant numbers. According to Pov's research, it had confirmed such behavior of the company. Imagine that TikTok manipulates its algorithm to show you ads. There is a problem that TikTok not only does not display this as an advertisement, but it is also unclear whether it is an advertisement. Last, TikTok challenge exposed provocative information of teenagers and cause social problems. One of the dangerous challenges was the blackout challenge. Kids around the world are choking themselves and with household items until they blacked out, and then posting the videos on social media. For these reasons, I think the government should ban TikTok. Thank you.
And then Team B speaker 1, Kim Dae-ro will give speech.
Okay, these days many people enjoy making and watching challenge videos of dancing to short songs through TikTok. However, many countries ban TikTok because it collects personal information illegally, and I am against it being banned. The first reason is that there is no solid evidence that TikTok violates privacy, and it is not reasonable to ban TikTok based solely on speculation. According to CNBC article, TikTok's CEO directly revealed that personal information is not leaked in Washington. Also, a Taiwan-based researcher at the University of Toronto Citizen Lab said it found no obvious vulnerabilities in TikTok's communication protocols, no obvious security issues within the app, and no malware-like behavior. The second reason is that banning TikTok could violate the Korean Constitution. For example, Article 126 of the Constitution stipulates that private enterprises cannot be transferred to state-owned or shared enterprises, and their management cannot be controlled or managed. In addition, Article 21 of the Constitution states that all citizens have freedom of free speech and publication, so banning TikTok violates Article 21 of the Constitution because it prevents them from posting their videos on TikTok or watching other people's videos. A third rationale is that people who make money from TikTok can lose their jobs and fall into financial trouble. Many elements in TikTok, such as famous challenges, people, and gags, have ripple effects, and if TikTok is banned, it will all disappear. In addition, music in TikTok videos often becomes famous, and if TikTok is banned, it could hit the music industry hard. People who make money directly or indirectly using TikTok can lose their jobs and lose their daily lives in an instant.
As to reading prospects will be start. First, Team Speaker 2 will speak for 3 minutes.
First, we would like to review the argument that TikTok CEO said. The TikTok CEO clarified in Washington that personal information is not leaked because it is based in Los Angeles. However, according to leaked audio from an internal TikTok meeting, TikTok's US users' data can be managed and viewed in China. And the Beijing headquarters gives instructions to the US office. In other words, what the TikTok CEO said is not true. And second, they claim that TikTok has no history of privacy violations. However, TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, used TikTok to track the location of American journalists. And we need to check if TikTok did it on purpose or not. And this can be checked by looking at ByteDance's monitoring project plan. The monitoring project plan to monitor the personal location of certain US citizens through TikTok and report back to ByteDance's CEO. The monitoring was not intended to be used for advertising or other purposes, but to track individual US citizens. This suggests that TikTok intended to use personal information for its own gain. Third, banning TikTok does not violate the Constitution. Let's look at the Constitution from two perspectives, as a media and as a company. Regarding TikTok as a media, Article 21, Paragraph 4 of the Constitution states that freedom of speech is guaranteed unless it violates the honor or rights of others' public morality or social ethics. However, there have been cases where TikTok has violated the rights of others, such as the violation of personal information. Therefore, TikTok's freedom may be limited. As for TikTok being a company, Article 126 of the Constitution states that, except in case of urgent need for national defense or the national economy, private companies may not be transferred to state ownership or participation, or their management may not be controlled or managed, except as provided by law. In other words, it is possible to control or manage the management if it is prescribed by law. For example, Uber and Tata are prohibited from providing ride-sharing service under the Passenger Motor Vehicle Act. TikTok may also be prohibited under the Personal Information Protection Act and the Public Office Election Act. Thank you.
And next, Team B Speaker 2 will speak for 3 minutes.
Thank you for what you said. However, I would like to refute some of your arguments. First, there is no direct evidence that TikTok has handed over customer information to the Chinese government. It was mentioned at the US Consul that TikTok's parent company ByteDance could access some of the users' information, but the US has yet to find evidence that China directly accessed their customers' information. In all democratic countries, based on the principle of presumption of innocence, the other party cannot be punished without the concrete circumstances or evidences. The TikTok ban undermines democratic values with a bill that estimates the actions of the Chinese government without clear evidence yet. Second, stimulating content is being exposed not only on TikTok, but also on other social medias. Citing a large research served by the Mozilla Foundation in 2021, the Wall Street Journal said the YouTube algorithms recommended about 70% of content reported as sexually harmful or fake news to viewers without filtering. In fact, fake news spread on YouTube in the US, and that Bill Gates hired students to manipulate the vote, sparking controversy. In addition, videos that sexually parody children's cartoons such as Toy Story, spread through algorithm, causing controversy. Not only the US, but also in Korea, many people were also damaged by fake news in the entertainment industry from YouTube. Despite reports from many people, this provocative news is being reproduced again and again, spread through YouTube or Facebook. Therefore, we cannot avoid criticism that the bill that defines and prohibits TikTok is not fair. Third, advertisement through hitting can be done not only TikTok but also on other social media. In fact, in case of YouTube, when you watch a specific video, the content you can recommend to viewers is automatically provided. This also applies to the political or commercial images or videos. Facebook officially also said advertisements should inevitably be exposed to the users because they could not classify it into political advertisement, all of them. Thank you.
Let's summarize between this chart. Each team speaker 1 will speak. First, team A speaker 1 will speak for 2 minutes. Please stand up.
Yes, I think that TikTok is China's spies in our smartphone. Look at some example of TikTok's atrocities. According to leaked audio from the Internet TikTok meeting, TikTok's US users' data is not only managed in the US, but can also be managed and viewed in China. And the Beijing headquarters gives instructions to the US office. This contradicts TikTok's claims at the time. And according to BBC News, in South Korea, TikTok shares the personal information of children under the age of 13 without the consent of their legal representative in about 6,000 cases. In addition, TikTok did not provide the required notifications when transferring personal information out of the country. Still, do you want to use TikTok for this? Thank you.
Next, team B speaker 1 will speak.
Okay. My first argument was that there was no evidence of using users' personal information. However, there is no reason to ban TikTok even if it uses users' personal information. This is because many applications such as KakaoTalk, Google, Naver, and YouTube that we use on a daily basis use personal information. As a real example, based on my location, the YouTube algorithm exposes advertisements and content about the area. My third argument was that if TikTok is banned, TikTokers lose their jobs. Of course, most famous TikTokers have a large number of Instagram followers and YouTube subscribers. However, all of them have the highest number of followers on TikTok. This means that TikTok earns the most revenue, and if TikTok is banned, the main source of income will disappear. So, economic difficulties can come enough. In addition, Since the characteristics and contents of each short-form platform are slightly different, if TikTok, which is the main content of the challenge of dancing to music, is banned, it will definitely affect the music industry. Of course, national security issues and teenagers' safety may be more important than TikTokers' income, but it can be unfair for TikTokers who have nothing to do with and are innocent. Therefore, banning TikTok is not an easy decision to make and must be very careful. Thank you.
Next, final focus will be started. First team is speaker 2 will speak for 2 minutes. Please stand up.
And how many of following statements are guesses? First, TikTok store personal information. Second, TikTok instigating. Lastly, TikTok track location of citizen. And the answer is that nothing is a guess, which means that there are real-life examples of each of these 3 things. And nevertheless, it is not right for the government to ignore the dangers of TikTok. If the government doesn't stop it, there is no guarantee that these 3 cases won't happen in Korea. The danger of TikTok is magnified by the fact that its parent company is Chinese. In China, the National Intelligence Law of the People's Republic of China allows the Chinese government to compel companies to cooperate. Therefore, it is a reasonable inference, not a guess, that TikTok could be handing over personal data to the Chinese government. Moreover, should the Korean government choose between protecting the privacy of its citizens and the freedom of the Chinese economy, which has the potential to leak personal information, we believe that the government should prioritize the protection of people's rights. So the government should ban TikTok for now. Thank you.
And finally, team B speaker 2 will speak for 2 minutes.
Audiences, where do we live?
Korea.
Yeah,
South Korea.
right. We live in a democratic country, the Republic of Korea. Today, we are having a difficult time in the middle of the conflict between the US and China. But even in this security time, the principle that must be followed are our freedom and equality. Because that is the basic principle of democracy. The TikTok ban is based on reasons such as national security and inappropriate awareness among teenagers. But they lack importance of democratic principles in which companies compete freely, consumers feel free to express and all companies can compete fairly. Let me conclude by saying that it is more peaceful and valuable to solve the problem through dialogue between the great powers, US and China, than to undermine these democratic values. Thank you for listening.